Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really great. Thanks so much for asking. What is your name, please?
I'm Laura. What's
Um,
yours?
it's nice to meet you, Laura. I'm Richard.
Richard, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Where are you from, Laura? Please.
I'm from the United States. My city is Atlanta. What about
Mm,
you?
Atlanta. That's cool. I
Mhm.
live in the state of São Paulo. My city is named Guarujá.
Oh, nice. What is
Yeah.
it like?
My city is pretty cool. So the weather here is mostly hot,
Mhm.
and we have a lot of places to go outdoors. For example, we can go hiking, we can go to the beach, can go, for example, play soccer outside. My country is known by its soccer players.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are so many things to do here in my city. And what about in Atlanta? Is that cool?
Yeah, it's a great city. It's also very hot
Mhm.
and in the summer it rains all the time. Today it rained all day. And it's a very busy city. It's a very diverse city. We have immigrants from all over the world here, and I really like that. So,
That's cool. Is Atlanta near another famous city or is
mm, it's probably not. The state is Georgia, which is the one next to Florida. So
that's
people
cool.
usually know Florida, they know Miami. So,
Oh, that's cool. But I would love, to go to the US one day. I haven't been to the US before, but I don't know. No, there are so many places to go because a lot of people only say New York, Los Angeles, Florida, Orlando, and places like that. But the United States is so big, and I would love to know a lot of places there.
mhm. Where do you where would you like to visit?
Firstly, LA,
Yeah.
and then New York. I think those places I have to visit them. They are a dream of mine,
Yeah.
and that's cool. That's great. Have you ever been to other countries before?
A little bit. I have been to Peru twice, and
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, and I've been to the Dominican Republic, and I've been to England.
That's great. That's so exciting. England is a, a country that I would love to go as well. And actually, a few days ago, I talked to a person from Manchester,
Oh, nice.
and that's great. I think their accent is so different.
Yeah,
I
especially
struggled a little bit to understand them.
yeah, especially in Manchester. Manchester's in the north, and they have a stronger accent there than somewhere like London.
Yeah, that's so interesting. But I'm so used to speaking to you guys from the United States, so I'm used to hearing your accent. But from England, for example, I still have problems to understand them. But that's cool. That's why I like talking to a lot of people from different places other than the United States to be able to understand them as well, because it's important. English is all about communication, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
So that's great.
yeah. Have you ever been to other countries?
No, I have not. I have not yet, but I would love to go to a lot of places. And I think traveling, it's a thing that motivates me to keep practicing English and learning new vocabulary. That's great to discuss new things in another language. It's so exciting. I don't know. It can be silly, or some people can say, "Oh, it's silly," but I don't know. It's so different, to express myself in a different language. It's cool, I think. How about you? As you have gone to Peru, I assume you speak Spanish, right?
Yeah, I do. I speak Spanish, yeah, pretty well. I also take Spanish classes online, just like this. I have a tutor that
Oh,
I talk to every week, and
oh, that's great.
so
That's
that's been
How is your learning process going? Is it good? What do you usually do during your classes?
So during my Spanish classes, I have two different tutors. One of them likes to do a bit more like what we're doing now, where we just have a conversation. She sometimes has interesting questions that she likes to ask. And then I have another tutor who likes to have more structure in the conversations. She sends me a YouTube video. It's usually a TED Talk because she really likes TED Talks. And she likes topics like psychology or about achieving goals, and then we'll talk about one of those topics. And I like learning that way because on my own I can listen to a podcast in Spanish, I can watch videos, I can read, but the reason I go to a tutor is I want to actually talk, you know?
That's the reason why I'm here on Cambly. I like having sometimes grammar structures, but I think the main purpose of Cambly is to communicate, right? To be able to use what we've learned during our day, right?
Exactly.
And that's cool. So during the day, for example, I have so many books in English. For example, I have, I think, 5 books here about grammar, and I read them every day to learn something new, a new word or something like that. And at night, I usually study at night here on Cambly. I try to use what I learned here. And that's cool. That's really cool. I have been having great results here on Cambly. I feel that I have been getting better and better, day by day, week by week, year by year. And that's cool. That's cool. I think it takes time. Sometimes we wanna sound like a native speaker overnight, but learn a new language, it's not like that. We have to be patient, right? We have to be persistent, especially because a lot of people give up during the process. And I think we're going to come across difficulties, but we don't have to give up on our goals, right? We have to pursue and go there and try to achieve our dreams, right?
For sure, yeah. I think you have a very good strategy.
Thank you,
I-
thanks so much. I think I know I'm using a different account right now, but I have more than 200 hours here on Cambly.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
I've been here almost 2 years, and yeah, I like this platform. I think it's great to use my English, but I do rather have a friend who I can speak with with them for free, you know what I mean? Because Cambly is really expensive.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, but I do really think that's a good strategy of reading the grammar and then trying to use it. Like, I want to try that now. I want to read my Spanish grammar book and then try to use the grammar.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's great. A lot of people, for example, especially me, I don't like to be so concerned about grammar, but it's so important. I realized that grammar is how the language works, right?
Mhm.
So every language is ruled by its norms, so we have to follow them. It's like a manual. So, and that's why I love studying grammar, but mostly watch.
Mhm.
So I have watched Friends, Everybody Hates Chris, The Big Bang Theory, Full House, Fuller House, so everything in English. And now I have been watching Young Sheldon,
Okay. What,
and yeah, so a lot of TV shows in English, and they help me a lot.
yeah, what do you like the best? What's your favorite TV show?
My favorite one is Everybody Hates Chris, without a doubt. I love this TV show. I have watched it 3 times. I'm watching it my fourth time.
Wow.
And yeah, because they use a lot of slang. They use, for example, this word. Let me type it to you.
Okay.
They use this word a lot, and I was not familiarized with it,
Oh,
but
right.
right now I am. Yes, they use what is called, it's called, I think, Black American English, I think. Is that right? And I like that because when I usually will listen to certain music, certain songs, I'm sorry, I don't understand them because of a lot of slangs they use. And that's why I love watching Everybody Hates Chris. It's really great. It's a really great show because they speak about everyday life. We're going to the grocery store, going to the hospital, problems at home, medicine and things like that. And they use a lot of slang, everyday conversation, real English. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, that's great. And I've never seen this show, so what is it about?
Everybody Hates Chris. It's
Yeah.
about the life of Chris Rock. Have you ever heard of him? Chris Rock, do you know
Yeah.
who Chris Rock is?
Yeah.
So yes, he tells us about his life. He lived in New York, in a city named Bed-Stuy. I think it was a figurative city, but I think the city that that he lived before, it was in New York, and he talks about how hard his life was because he went to a school where he was the only black kid. So people usually made fun of him a lot. He had a hard time there. He usually took 3 buses to get to school. For example, at home, his mother always gave him chores only to him, to do. And yeah, it's about how hard his life was. but he tells it, in a way that it's so funny. When
Yeah.
you watch the show, you laugh a lot all the time, and that's cool. Yes, I really love that show.
That's great. Yeah. I haven't seen this show, but I have heard some of his other comedy, and it sounds like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because I used to watch that show when I was a kid in Portuguese, my first language, and I decided, oh, why don't I watch it in English instead right now? And that's what I did, and I watched so many times before, and that's great. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's another really good strategy. It's one I like where I'll watch things that I've already seen in English, I'll watch them in Spanish, so I know what's happening already and I can just pay attention to the language. So,
Yeah, that's cool. And do you think repetition is the best way to learn a new language? Because in my case, I love watching the same TV show a lot of times because I can understand everything and record everything as well. What about you? Do you usually watch a lot of times the TV shows and things like that?
yeah, sometimes like right now I am watching a show from Spain that I have watched before. It was the first show I ever watched all the way through in Spanish, and now I'm watching it again, and I can see how my Spanish has improved because I can understand more. And it's really nice because I
Yeah,
first watched it maybe 2 years ago, and now I'm watching it again.
yeah, and it's so magical when we watch the first time. We don't get a lot of things, but when we watch the second time, it's so impressive. Oh, that's great. I'm understanding better right now. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Mm.
I'm so glad that's because I've also been studying Spanish, but I'm not good at it yet
Mhm.
because I have been giving my preference to English one at a time, and I don't want to mix them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But uh, sometimes I take some time to to think in Spanish, but that's cool. Oh, we don't have more time, but it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, it was great to talk to you too, Richard.
I hope to talk to you again and keep on study Spanish, okay?
Yeah, all right, you too. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Take care. You too. Take care.